If you live in Dayton, Ohio, you live in Des Moines, Iowa, you live under a two-party system, and if one of those parties that will eventually make it back to the White House is moving further and further towards socialism and communism, that is very bad for our country.
Welcome to Red Pill Nation, where we celebrate common sense with a daily dose of the truth. We've got commentators Michael Duncan and John Ashbrook pointing out something truly terrifying. The Democratic Party isn't just taking a little stroll to the left. They've bought a one-way ticket on the express train to Venezuela. Now, if you like our content, please give this video a like, a share, and also make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Your support sure does mean a lot.
Always great to see you guys. Michael, let me start with you. Your thoughts as we are just hours away from the closing in this race.
Well, I love that video of Mamdani rallying his base at the clubs. Usually when you're rallying the base, it's B-A-S-E, not B-A-S-S. But I think it's innovative, and I think largely what we're seeing here in New York is the pendulum swing to the party out of power, choosing more radical candidates. It's typically what happens in American politics. I wouldn't exactly read the tea leaves beyond for the midterms, because New York isn't exactly like a swing district, in the House of Representatives. It's just a different place. It
is a different place. That's for sure. Watch this. This is Hakeem Jeffries, because the, sort of old school, he's a younger Democrat leader, but he looks like the old guard compared to Mamdani. Here's Hakeem Jeffries, who was very reluctant to endorse, and we haven't heard boo from Chuck Schumer, the senator. But here's him saying Mamdani is not the future of the Democratic Party larger red. Watch this.
Do you see Mamdani as the future of the Democratic Party?
No. Hakeem Jeffries was asked this morning if you're the future of the Democratic Party. He said no.
Good to know.
Do you have a response?
No, I'm focused on the next 2 days.
I mean, that kind of reminded me of the Saturday Night Live version that we saw over the weekend. Let's play this, and then we'll get your thoughts.
I want to be mayor so I can deliver a better New York. Free healthcare, affordable housing, free Wi-Fi. As mayor, can I make that happen? I'm not sure yet. But together, we're gonna find out that the answer is no.
Oh my gosh. John, your take on all that?
Yeah, there are a lot of yucks to be had, but something that is very serious about this race, and let me just actually step back quick, because a lot of people might be asking, hey, I live in Dayton, Ohio. Hey, I live in Des Moines, Iowa. Why do I care about a mayor's race in New York City? Let me tell you why. It's because the Democrat Party is moving even further and further to the left. You played the video of Hakeem Jeffries. I don't necessarily believe his answer to that question. I believe Barack Obama, who's a standard bearer of their party and committed to Zoran Mamdani, that he will help him into the future. If you live in Dayton, Ohio, you live in Des Moines, Iowa, you live under a two-party system, and if one of those parties that will eventually make it back to the White House is moving further and further towards socialism and communism, that is very bad for our country. And I do not like what's happening in New York, and I hope everybody's taking notice.
The highlight, the Saturday Night Live skit parodying Zoran Mamdani as a candidate promising free healthcare, affordable housing, free Wi-Fi, and then admitting, as mayor, can I make that happen? I'm not sure yet. But together, we are going to find out is funny, sure. However, it's also frightening that Mamdani may actually be serious about these delusions. The seriousness behind the satire, as John points out, is that the radical left isn't just a New York problem. It's the future standard bearer of the National Democratic Party. When the former president, Barack Obama, is out there boosting these radical candidates, you know the old guard centrism is officially in the retirement home. This isn't just about New York's mayor's race. It's about the entire country getting pushed toward an ideology that has failed spectacularly every single time it's been tried. The core argument against socialism and communism is simple. They are fundamentally flawed because they ignore human nature and destroy the economic calculation that makes complex modern economies work. People love the idea that the state will provide everything they need. However, research wouldn't be done to meet individual demands, leaving people always without adequate product or service. This is something only privately run markets can do. The demand is measured by the consumers, and then the free market provides or supplies based on that demand. Another issue is the balancing the playing field by taxing the rich more and using those funds to cover all of these free services Mamdani is promising. Tax people and their businesses enough, and they'll just leave. There's plenty of other places with less tax burdens that they can go. And once they all start leaving, the city is really going to suffer. And that includes the people Mamdani promises to help if elected mayor. The scary takeaway from New York is that the Democratic Party is swapping out its old, boring moderates for candidates who genuinely believe they can repeal the laws of economics. The common sense response, thanks for the laughs, but we'll stick with the system that provides choice, innovation, and, food on the shelves. Thanks, everyone, for watching.